Hello and welcome back to the channel, Spirit of Adventure. Last time we left you as we slept on our own private island. Join us today as we arrive in Lulea and achieve our dream of driving our campervan on the ice road, as well as other frozen adventures.
We are in Skelleftea and we're having a walk along the river, having a look at, there's a bridge route which takes us to one of the oldest and longest preserved wooden bridges in Sweden, which is pretty cool. And then we're going to go to the hotel and have a look at that, and we'll give you a bit of information about this area when we get there. So here we are outside the Wood Hotel.
Inside the Wood Hotel in Skelleftea, which actually is the tallest wooden building in the world at 20 stories. It's made out of ply of birch and pine, locally sourced.
Birch, yeah, it's all local, yeah.
It is, I think it's one of the world's most eco-friendly buildings, and it will be carbon neutral apparently in 50 years' time, which is supposed to be really good. I don't know. I don't know anything about that, but anyway. So here we are inside. Underneath us at the minute is a cultural centre. Then there's a meeting area for friends and family, all nicely with
cushions
and things. The restaurant and bar are over there, and the hotel too. And then here is the heart of the building, the sculpture Heart of Wood. It actually beats gently, like a living heart, and it's connected to the smart energy system within the building somehow, by some magical thing. And when they're using more energy in the building, the heart opens more, and when they're using less, it closes. And also the building can give heating to other areas in the town when it's got too much energy to use of its own.
And takes excess from
other buildings too.
It's like a tree, isn't it?
Yeah. And they store it in some batteries underneath as well. It's all just so clever, and it's so beautiful.
So we're going to go and have a look at an art exhibition that's on here at the moment, and have a wander around this place, and then probably go for another coffee. We have arrived in Lulea, and the temperatures have certainly dropped.
Down to 0 though.
Yeah, but it feels like -6 apparently.
Yeah, it's just wet.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be sleeting, it's just raining. There's water everywhere. The ice road is still open, but we're waiting for a better day because visibility is really poor.
It is, yeah.
But we're going to go and have a look at the ice footpath.
Yep, so this is basically pedestrian ice road, which is over there, just to that side of the derrick. We've got some snow sculptures, which have seen better days. They were probably done several months ago. But yeah, let's go have a look. So we are in the middle of the Gulf of Bothnia on frozen sea ice. We've kick-sledded all the way out there, and if I can show you what's going on down here, it's incredible.
It's beautiful,
quite a few
isn't
cracks, which are inevitable, of course, with the movement of the ice. But it's absolutely beautiful. An incredibly polished piece of roadwork. And it's good fun, isn't it?
Yep.
So we are just sledding around the island in the middle of the sea. The track that goes all the way around the island there. And then it joins another circuit which goes all the way around there. And back in the mist to Lulea.
Good morning.
Morning!
Finally, we've got some sunshine. As we
And
keep
some
saying, it's
colder
been a
weather.
bit mizzly drizzly these last few days, but today it is glorious. We have blue skies, we have sunshine, we have below zero temperatures as well at last. And today, it's ice road day!
Can't wait. So Kath, what's it like driving on the ice road?
It's really exciting, actually. Even though you don't know you're on an ice road, but your brain's a bit like, ooh, should we really be doing this? Because there is a lot of water around at places.
And underneath us.
And I can see a ship over to my right.
Sea, and we have a Y junction. Which way do we go? Let's see what the sign says there.
It says that way. Storbrand is that way.
Okay.
From the other side. We've just crossed the Arctic Circle just a kilometre up the road there, and just as we were about to leave the closed visitor centre where we had lunch, a young gentleman came up to us and said that he'd got a flat tyre. Could we help? So we've driven him back up to his car, which is only a kilometre up the road, and here we are. It's not a very busy road, but by God, they're fast. We've got the warning triangle out up there, we've got the flashing lights, and we've got the fan tick, and Andy and the young gentleman are just changing the tyre. So fingers crossed we'll get them on the way again. Not only did Daniel not have a jack, but he had so much weight in the back of the van that we had to jack up the rear of the vehicle to get at the spare wheel, which of course was flat. Luckily, we had everything needed to help with the situation. So that's it. Oh, that took all of 5 minutes, 10 maybe, and we are off again on our travels, and Daniel and his wife and 2 young children can go home safely with their spare wheel on. Good deed for the day. As we made our way towards Kiruna, we were rudely interrupted by these rather pleasing obstacles in the road.
We're exploring Kiruna, and what's Kath doing? Epic. Well, we arrived in Kiruna last night after finishing the ice road, which was pretty cool. Kiruna's quite interesting actually. They're moving the entire centre so they can continue mining, and at the moment we're in the new part of the city that's being built. And a lady at the Tourist Information advised us to come here for a coffee, which we did down there, and enjoy the building. And it is pretty epic, isn't it?
It's the city hall.
Yeah.
It's absolutely glorious. It's better looking inside. It's still pretty from outside, but it's better looking from inside.
Yeah.
We're staying in Camping Ripan,
Yeah.
which I booked, which I chose because I thought it was 20 minutes away from the centre. Turns out it's now 4 kilometres away from the centre.
Because the centre's moved, yeah.
Because the centre's moved. As Andy says, because of the mining. And tomorrow we have booked ourselves on a tour around the mine to learn out exactly what's going on and why everything's moving.
Yeah. So we have just walked up from the new part of town of Kiruna to the old part, and this is the old Kiruna church.
And this is as close as we can currently get, because I don't know if you can see, it's fenced off, and they haven't cleared the snow near it either, because at some point this year, 2025, this church in its entirety is going to be moved 3 kilometres down in that direction towards the newer side of town.
Yeah, close to where the clock tower was.
Yes.
Or is, rather.
So as I say, in its entirety, it's not being demolished, it's being moved.
That's fascinating.
That's going to be an epic YouTube video if they do it.
Yeah,
But that is the scale of this move of this town that we presume is being paid for by the iron ore industry.
Oh, it will be, yeah,
But
absolutely.
as we say, we'll find out more tomorrow.
Yeah. So we are currently stood next to the mine, which we can actually hear every now and again when they're working with the machinery. And buildings like this are all going to go. The new town is amazing, but there's a lot of history that's going to be demolished. It's quite a shame, really.
And now we're down this end of the town as well. When we drove in last night, it was really sunny and obviously snowy. and I just glanced up and saw all these hills, and I thought, oh, I said to Andy, look how beautiful that is down there. And now we've actually come and looked at it properly. It's the mine.
Yeah.
And it literally goes on as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, it's huge, isn't it?
It's huge, absolutely huge. We then walked back to the warmth of the campervan before we were treated to a wonderful display of the Northern Lights. We have just driven into Kiruna and met at the Tourist Information Centre at 10 a.m. as instructed. We are now on the coach, ready to set off towards the iron ore mine. The tour is a lot bigger than we anticipated.
Yeah.
The coach is almost full. There must be like 50 of us on
Yeah,
it.
I think so. Yeah.
But yeah, we're both really excited about it. Quite looking forward to it.
Yeah, should be good. Really, really exciting.
Don't know how much of it we're going to be able to video, but we'll do as much as we can and let you know everything that we can.
Yeah. So this machine drills up into the ceiling of the shaft prior to the explosive being put in. So these are the drill heads. And if you can see this, these would have been where the explosives were positioned into the holes. Kind of brings back a lot of memories for me. So these would carry the ore out. There's one of the drivers. A bit too happy in her work. So this particular shaft has been dedicated to a museum of mining from when this mine was opened in the 1900s. So it's got equipment going back from all the way to the 1900s to more present stuff going down there. So these are all used to initiate detonation of the explosives. Shrikes when I used to use them. Which is slightly more complicated than the ones we're looking at now. So this is what we end up with. So we just sat in the mine, only 500 metres down from point zero.
Oh, point zero, so we're about 480 metres down, I think she said.
Having a coffee in a cafe. In a cave. Yeah, this place was incredibly important during the war, of course, because of the Hitler used a lot of this raw material for his war machine, which is why they took Narvik so that they could transport the raw materials around to the relevant areas.
The whole tour has been absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
I kind of think that I wish I'd taken notes. It's been so interesting, I can't remember half of it. We'll try and tell you some more about it later.
Yeah.
But it's just been amazing.
I'd
if you are
highly
here,
recommend,
yes, I would do it again this afternoon.
Yeah.
It is that interesting.
Yeah, it's cool. So we have just finished that tour. Hats are off at last.
I've got serious hat hair, look at that.
So we're now going to get shipped behind this door where our coach is waiting to take us back up into daylight.
Oh, that'll be a shock. It's like coming out of the cinema.
Thought it was snowing.
The the following morning we emptied everything that needed emptying, filled everything that needed filling, and once again had to clean the windows before we set off away from Kiruna and towards Abisko for the day. So this morning we are leaving Kiruna. We've had 3 nights here. It has to have been the surprise delight of the trip. It's really nice. If you're here, come visit the new town and the mining museum. We loved it.
Yeah.
Today we are going to go to Abisko and back probably, and then back out again. So we're going to see Kiruna 3 times today, I think. It's very much a there and a back kind of day. We don't normally do that, but because of the route we've got planned later on, that's what's happening. So we'll see you en route.
Well, we have just been into Abisko Mountain Lodge for a coffee and a cinnamon bun, which was delicious, wasn't it?
World famous cinnamon bun, apparently. It was very nice.
It was warm as well. So we are heading off to look at this place. My finger out the way.
So this is Abisko,
Yeah.
which everybody's heard of, and it is absolutely tiny. I think generally speaking, when they're talking about Abisko, they're talking about the national park,
Yeah.
because the town itself is about 3 streets
Yeah.
and a couple of hotels.
Yeah.
There's really not a lot to it, but we're going to have a whiz round and then we're going to head back and find tonight's destination. So last time we drove my face just said it all. But last time we drove on this road, it was minus 42, or minus 38 to minus 42.
Yeah.
It was solid snow. It was like driving on tarmac. Today it is minus 1, and it is just a bit.
It's like a skating rink.
That's the polite way of putting it.
You wouldn't be able to stand up on it.
I can't say I enjoyed that little tiny stretch of road there, but the rest of it is beautiful. We found a stunning park up that night and left the following morning to a close encounter with moose. Join us next time when we visit the Ice Hotel, and it's all about icy slides and waterfalls. Thanks for watching. Bye!